This is what we call the device. For stage 3, where we want to randomly select a color between red and green, we use this. It's built into a small ammo box. There is a main power switch that activates it, turns on the cooling fan because who knows how hot it's going to get in the summer. And then this button flashes lights back and forth between red and green. And in theory, when you release it, it will randomly, well, whatever. It's going to choose a color for you. And that's the color targets you engage. It also has a feature that we don't need, and I'm going to take it off. But this little bar here, I got some of this fiber optic material because I wasn't sure how well it would light up outside where you have all kinds of ambient light from the background. And it doesn't do it justice here, but that grabs some of the light and makes it a little more visible. And I actually had a steel mirror that went behind it. Turns out we don't need any of that. These LEDs are bright enough that you can see them in broad daylight. So I'm actually going to take this bar out because it's uncomfortable on the handle. The heart of the device is a circuit board. I don't remember where it came from. I will put a link in the description where it just... Again, they call it random. It's a random selector. It's not really random because they've just alternate back and forth. But what makes it random is when you release the button at the beep from the timer. So it's a little circuit board that is just bolted and then glued into the lid of the ammo box with, holes for the LEDs to peek out, some ventilation because the fan, we push an air in, we'll let air come out around the circuit board. I don't know if it's going to get too hot or not. It just seemed like a good idea. And it is powered by 12-volt Milwaukee. And this lasts us the whole match, and if I stick it in the tool, it's still got four bars in it. I have no idea how much all this stuff draws, but this is what a 2.5, so it is fairly high output for its size, but it seems to be able to get the job done. Because what's kind of neat, the circuit board operates in a range. I don't remember the range. Initially, I hooked it up to a 9-volt, but then I realized that 12 was in the range, and this seemed like a nice solution. The wiring is, hey, I'm a 12-volt DC automotive kind of guy, so I like heavy wiring, and it could be cleaned up a little bit. This is definitely version 1. There are some improvements I'd like to make, but it's held up pretty well. Oh, one thing that's kind of cool, so the button, you can't see it, but there's a micro switch on the circuit board. But it's small and hard to press. So this is just a bolt cut to a very strategic length with a spring and a lock nut on the other side to retain it. And this sleeve that holds it into the lid of the ammo box is actually a .30 carbine shell that I drilled out, cut, and it's held by just being pushed in, and the rim is holding it in place. Out of everything, I think this is what I consider the weak link. It's held up so far. I'd like to engineer something a little more robust, but we've run it through 4 matches maybe, and a good bit of testing. And so far it's worked great. It makes you think before you shoot, which is always important. So, I don't know, just adds another dimension. It's a fun little device.